Hello students, welcome to EasyElimu Learning Simplified. I am your teacher, Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So, dear students, in the video that we are doing right now, we are going to look at the character portrayals and the character roles of the characters that we came across in the scene. But before we get into that, dear students, are we able to remember some of the things that happened in the scene? So just a reminder, students, remember that Act 2, Scene 2 was about the mayor's visit. So initially, the mayor had called the principal, that is Mrs. Narin, to inform her about the visit. So Mrs. Nicole notifies, Mrs. Narin, who is the principal, calls Nicole in her office and notifies her that the mayor is coming to do what? Is coming to do a follow-up on the directive that he gave during the end of year's school closing ceremony, that is in the previous year. So remember, the minister for education had clarified that the school has nothing more to do with the what? With the Samaritan app. So Mrs. Narin, who is the principal, feels like this whole idea of the municipal leaders visiting each and every time are interfering with the normal school program. So she informs the mayor. She informs the mayor, Mosi, that the school no longer has nothing, no longer has anything to do with the Samaritan app, and that it is now under the what? Under the Ministry of Education. So this is what happens now when mayor pays Nicole a visit in the scene. So they have a conversation. That is after the principal requests to leave the two of them to have their own discussion, because the school is no longer involved. So they have a discussion, and in the discussion, the mayor, that is Mosi, exposes people like Ted Seymour and even his deputy. So he exposes them and tells Nicole about the what? About some of the injustices that they have committed. So Nicole also challenges the mayor that all these things that he is mentioning have been happening under his watch, but he has never rebuked them. Neither has he even made an attempt of reporting these cases so that the culprits are arraigned in court. So the scene ends. The scene ends with some disagreements, because the mayor is unable to manipulate Nicole into shutting down the app. So the two disagree, or let me say the mayor disagrees with Nicole and issues some threats. That is after leaving a contact card, that is a card having his number. So the reason why he gave Nicole, I don't want to say the reason why he handed over, because Mayor Mosi never handed over the card to Nicole. He simply threw it at her face. So the reason why he gave the card is that he wanted Nicole to call him and let him know if at all she has started monitoring and deleting all the negative information all the negative information and posts about him that are uploaded, or rather shared, in the Samaritan app. So that is the series of events that we have in the scene. So now on to the character and characterization. we are going to start by Nicole. So what are some of the character traits of Nicole? That is by looking at this scene. So the first thing, dear students, we are told that Nicole is ambitious. So there is no major illustration to this, but we are able to identify this trait in Nicole because the principal, Nareen, simply says so. So the principal says that she is ambitious, and that is on page 56. So apart from that, Nicole is also firm and daring. So the reason why Nicole is said to be firm and daring is because she dares the mayor. She dares the mayor, that is Mosi, regardless of his threats, and says the app cannot be done away with at all. So let's assume, dear students, that you are in Nicole's shoes. Would you have dared? Huh? Would you have dared the governor? Let me now talk about the governor. Would you have dared the governor, regardless of the threats? I know majority cannot dare do that. So Nicole is different. So she sticks to her principles by insisting on doing what is right. So apart from that, we also told that Nicole is sarcastic. So this is because she sarcastically refers to Moses' arguments to hit him. So Nicole sarcastically asked the mayor to tell her whether he's really responsible for the problems faced in the municipality. So remember where Mosi talks about the likes of Ted Seymour and Ramdae being involved in criminal activities. The question that Nicole passed to the mayor is that what have you been doing all that time? And you are the overall leader. So these things, the impunities and injustices are happening under your watch as the overall leader. So apart from that, Nicole sarcastically asks Mosi whether his deputy must be a disgrace. So another trait that we have about Nicole is that she is critical, ideological, and liberal-minded. So Nicole tells Nareen that it is not worth abandoning an ingenious innovation that has great potential of improving the governance of the municipality to appease a self-seeking political class. So look at that. Look at that thought. Look at that thought, and again, how outstanding Nicole is. So Nicole is also frank. So this is seen when he tells Mosi that he is bribing her, and yet he is supposed to be fighting corruption. So there is also some element of irony there, even though we are not looking at the aspects of style. So it is ironical that Mosi, as the leader, is supposed to be fighting corruption. Mosi, as the overall leader of Maracas municipality, is supposed to be fighting corruption. But what he does the opposite. He has visited Nicole with the intention of bribing her. Remember, we talked about the strategies. So they have tried all avenues to no avail. So he is disappointed after Nicole tells him that he's supposed to be fighting corruption, but not bribing the citizens to do what is not morally acceptable. So another trait that we have in Nicole is that she is diligent. So she rejects the money Mosi wants to offer her, and the students to take and drop the app. So I know most of us, if you are offered, let's talk about $500,000, that is 500,000 shillings, to to do away or to drop an application that is serving the people, how many would reject? So it is just, by the way, so Nicole rejected the money that Mosi wanted to offer. So again, still telling us much more about our principles. Then on to the next character, we have Mosi. So some of Mosi's character traits is that he is sarcastic. So he says people should glorify evil and mediocrity, then turn and whine. That is on page 63. Then Mosi is also sarcastic when he says that Seima knows as much law as does a he-goat. So this simply means that Seima know nothing about the law. And remember, in the play, it is mentioned somewhere that Seima is a lawyer. But again, we are also informed that the papers are bought. There are papers that are bought. So we are not really sure whether it is true or not that Seima practiced as a lawyer. So Moses sarcastically says Honorable Ramdai and his entire family has invaded the Department of Infrastructure. So this simply means that Honorable Ramdai has given a lot of contracts to his family. So this is when he was trying to expose some of the injustices or criminal activities that are within the leaders that we have in the municipality. So Mosi also questions Nicole whether she thinks a computer program will stop a monkey from eating bananas. So the message that he's trying to put across is that even with the app, nothing will happen to him. So apart from that, Mosi also indicates how some leaders lack knowledge and says that Seima has fake papers in law and he knows as much law as does a he-goat. I think I already talked about that. So still about Mosi. So we are told that Mosi is judgmental and accusative. So remember, he accuses the likes of Basdale for posting information about him. Then he also says that he's being crucified for the mistakes of the people. So apart from that, he blames the Safaricom app, the Samaritan. He blames the Samaritan app for messing him. That is on page 60. Then apart from that, we also told that the mayor says that roads resemble the battlefield where bombs were detonated. So that simply tells us about the situation or the state of roads that we have in Maracas municipality. So it happens that the people who are endowed with the mandate to take care of the roads are failing to perform their duties. So again, Moses is also pointing some blames at the citizens as being responsible for the corrupt nature in the municipality because they voted people whom they knew could not accomplish anything. But again, as they talk, Nicole challenges him that before the leaders were elected, people knew nothing about their the injustices and all that. So it happens that most of them engaged in these criminal activities after they had been elected in office. So the mayor also calls Ted a bat and a sinister creature that can't see and sleeps upside down. So that is, if we are to look at aspects of style, then we are fit to say that that is metaphor. Then he also accuses the leaders for eating the whole loaf together with the wrapping and even the vendor. So this language is used figuratively. It does not have, it does not give us the literal meaning, but it simply means that the leaders squander or maybe use the public funds for their private and personal interest, forgetting about the interest of the public. So members of the public are left with nothing. So again, Mosi says that Justice Jaden Hawks Justice Jaden Hawks justice like cabbages. So that is on page 69. So he also says that Seymour hides behind satanic dark glasses that threaten everyone and everything, including his own shadow, and he can also drive the devil out of hell. So that's sarcasm. Then we can also talk about hyperbole. That is uh, scaring. Huh? How can you scare your own shadow? So again, Moses is hateful and sadistic. So a sadist is someone who enjoys, who gets, happiness. That is by at the expense of other people's plight. So he says he hopes Ted will die soon. Then Mosi also says that, he also seems to hate everyone he works with because he says that all are a disgrace. So apart from that, the mayor seems to enjoy the situation in same as home, including the perpetual drunkenness of his wife and the deterioration of the status of his son. So he is showing some hate. So apart from that, we are also told that he's pretentious. So the mayor pretends to be sorry to Nicole for having sounded hard on her at the beginning of the meeting, and later still dictates what she must do or face it. So that is hypocrisy. So Mosi again says that he's being crucified for mistakes of people, and later says that everyone has a mistake. Mhm. So including Mosi himself. So he's also evasive. He blames everyone else, including the voters, teachers, and even the school system. Not forgetting the lawyers, his deputy, and other leaders in the municipal for issues in the municipality. So he's not even aware that the principal wrote him a letter about the app, and the letter is even in his office. So he's also abusive. That is the use of unpleasant language and expressions. So the mayor says that Ted is a bat and a scatterbrain. So he insults Ted. So he also abuses Seymour by referring to him as a pitiful human being. So that is well illustrated on page 66. The mayor also claims that Seymour knows as much law as does a Higot. That is also an insult. So he's also insecure and suspicious. So he thinks that Honorable Basdeo has been posting false information about him, but he has no proof, he has no evidence to really say that it is Honorable Basdeo who has been posting false information about him. So remember, Honorable Basdeo is the chief opposition leader. He is the chief opposition leader. So Mosi also thinks that Nicole is using the app as a political tool, which is not the case. Remember, Nicole is only doing what is right for the people, and she only wants to ensure that the people of Maracas municipality are treated fairly. Now, on to the next character trait of Mosi is that he is persuasive. So he tries to persuade Nicole in all ways so that she lets the project of the Samaritan app be null and void. So he's also corrupt. Remember, the issues of corruption has been mentioned over and over in the scene. So Mosi is also outspoken. He speaks a lot before Nicole, sharing the kind of leaders he has in his office. So again, he's also dictatorial and bossy. This is when he tells Nicole to ensure that the app is no longer working. So this is an order. So he commands Nicole to do as he says. So he also demands that Nicole deletes all the information that deforms him in the application. He also tells Nicole to do away with the app or face his wrath. So he's trying to threaten Nicole. So he's also humorous. So we are told that his description of fellow council leaders is humorous. For example, when he says that Seymour has fake papers in law and he knows as much low as does the he goat. So there is some sense of humor there. Then he also claims that Honorable Seymour had severe satanic glasses that threaten everyone, including his own shadow. And again, on page 71, he says that when you elect a monkey into an office, you should not complain when it begins to holler. So another thing is that he is hopeless or pessimistic. He says that the Samaritan can't help to redeem the nature of evil in the municipality. So it will only worsen it. That is on page 70. Then he further says that it is basically beyond redemption to blame people for their nature. So Moses is also superstitious, dear students, as he describes the chains, ripped jeans, and necklace and bangles that Seymour puts on as satanic. So he also claims Seymour's hairstyle is evil. So Mosi thinks that Ted also is a man under Obea. So the next is the principal, that is Narine. So number one is that she's appreciative. She appreciates that Nicole has been one of the best members of her staff, and she's not ready to lose her. So again, she's frank. She tells Nicole the dangers of hanging on to the app. So we can stroke that with being advisory. So again, she's perceptive because we are told that she's perceptive enough to know the kind of ambition Nicole has. Then she's also suspicious, doubtful, and skeptical. She suspects that Nicole's attachment to the app is more than uh, uh, what meets the eye. So he feels that there are very many things that haven't been said yet about the app. So she's also fearful and anxious. She tells Nicole that the matter of the app is dangerous. So she's showing some fear. So she thinks to get out of the possible danger. So she, that is the principle. Mrs. Narin advises Nicole to do what? To quit and shut down the app because she fears for Nicole's fate. So, dear students, the next thing is that she is advisory. That is, Narin, the school principal, thinks that Nicole is doing good. And she advises her not to be involved in something that will derail them for the greater good in line with the mission of the school. Then she also gives further advice to Nicole to put the matter of the Samaritan up at rest. So she is also diligent and focused. That is, she reports that she takes her work seriously and focuses on the mission of the school found in providing quality education to the children. So he's also hospitable. That is, the secretary offers Mosi a drink when he comes to the principal's office. So someone who is hospitable, we can also say that is a person who is accommodative. That is, you are able to, treat others good whenever they call round. So she's also realistic. So we can stroke that also with being ideological. So it is pragmatic to distinguish between politics and the goal of a school. So this is where she tries to tell Nicole to focus on the goal of a school and forget about, the app that is now bringing politicians to the school. So lastly, we are told that she's experienced and cautious. So Principal Narine says she's a seasoned administrator who knows battles to wage and those to avoid. So I think there is also some wisdom in that. So she also says that she has to draw the boundary between the school and politics. And so she will not take part of the discussion on the app. And that is why she requests, with all due respect, to exit the room and leave the two alone, that is the duo. So we have got Honorable Seymour. So Honorable Seymour is said to be corrupt. Remember, Mosi accuses him of making sure that, Mosi accuses him of making sure people part with dollars before he can approve the building plan, since he is in charge of the municipal department of planning and development. So whether maybe a building is not put up appropriately. I mean, whether a building is put up appropriately or not, he does not care. He's only after those who are greasing his hands. Again, we are also told that he never studied law, but Mosi asserts that he went downtown and got a degree certificate in law. That is on page 7. Then again, Mosi also claims that his deputy ensures only his companies or those belonging to the relatives win tenders for the road construction in the municipality. And at the end, the roads are not constructed. So he also misappropriates funds in the construction department. Then apart from that, we are also told that Mosi says his deputy has conned almost everyone in town and that he always waits for printing of fake title deeds. So, dear students, the last two points that I've mentioned, not actually the last two, but the last three that I've mentioned, are talking about that is Ramdai, the deputy mayor in Maracas municipality, and not Honorable Seima. So have that in mind. So, dear students, the next thing is that we are told that Seima is violent and intimidating. That is, he's in charge of the mysterious disappearance of people in town. So he's accused of murder in a way. So he has a murderous black swan gang that shoots and violently attacks people in town. So that is also said about Seima. Then again, Mosi says that Seima threatens everyone behind his satanic glasses. So that is also intimidation. So he's also greedy and corrupt. Mosi says is now this is not about Seima, but this is about that is Ramdai, the deputy. So Mosi says that his deputy has conned almost everyone in town, and that he always waits for printing of fake title deeds. Then lastly, we are told that he is evil. So Mosi says that his deputy, Honorable Ramdai, is evil because if you look at that is page number 23, there's a part where Mosi says that tells Nicole that is, of course they did. There's hardly any person he has not conned in this town. You always find him leaning on the street poles in our town's back streets, gazing vacantly into deputy spaces like an evil spirit. Yeah, so the part where Mosi compares, Ramdai's up and downs with what? With an evil spirit, tells us something about Ramdai. It tells us something about Ramdai. So apart from that, let us also look at Justice Ian Jarden. So dear students, remember that Ian Jarden is the principal judge of Maracas municipality. So he is to do what? He is to ensure that that maybe people who are offended in a way are given justice. Justice is served to them. Then again, he is also to ensure that those with criminal records or criminal activities are behind bars. But again, is he really performing his duties as expected of him? So, number one, we are told that Jarden is corrupt. So we are told that Mosi accuses him of hawking justice. So there is some aspect of irony also. Remember, is the principal judge, meaning that he's supposed to be offering justice. But we are being told in the play that he is also unjust. He's also having some cases here and there. And we are also told that Justice Jarden is adulterous. So Mosi mentions that he has many mistresses. That is on page 69. We're told that Mosi says that Ian Jarden has many mistresses. So this one he says that is while addressing Nicole and trying to expose Ian Jarden, just to show Nicole that no one is clean in the entire leadership of Maracas municipality. So this is what Moses says. Ian Jaden, who can put him on the line? Granted, his wife ran away, but he has countless mistresses and relatives doing business with the municipal council. Then this is the bit where he now says that Justin Jaden hawks justice like cabbages. I believe you've seen him smartly dressed, and those are the details are not important. We only want the illustration for that trait. So he's also corrupt. Remember, I've read something to do about that is Jaden doing business or conducting business in the municipal council with his people. And I remember there's a scene where Mosi accuses him of doing what? Of doing some illegal business with the wife. So how about Ted King? So Ted King is number one, biased and egocentric. So remember, we say that someone who is egocentric is someone who is looking at his own that is private or personal interest at the expense of others. So who is this Ted King? Remember, we are told in the play that Ted King is the secretary serving in the Department of Health and Environment, Maracas community. So we are told that Ted is said to be ensuring that companies associated with his relatives and friends win their tenders. So apart from that, we also told that he is corrupt. So Ted, together with the friends, conspires and steals all the money they had budgeted for the health centers and put site offices. So that is on page 64. I don't know whether I can do some scanning real quick just to confirm. Just a minute. So we are told that he conspires with the friends and steals all the money they had budgeted for the health centers, and again put site offices. So I'm almost there. Let me see. So apart from that, okay. We are here. Okay, maybe I'm not able to trace that that line right now. But apart from that, if you also look at page 65, we are told that Ted earned his livelihood by pirating other people's music and making noise for everyone. So remember, before being elected into that post, he was what? Before being elected in that post, he was a DJ. So yeah, this is the line I was looking for. That is Ted conspiring with friends and stealing all the money. So Moses says that he conspired with them. That is as the line secretary, he ensured companies associated with his relatives and friends won the tenders. He conspired with them and stole all the money we had budgeted for the health centers. They only put up some site offices that look like cow sheds. And that was it. So they also, you know, stolen the money that was meant to put up some site offices. So, dear students, that brings us to the end of this session, and please thank you for tuning till the end. Bye.